Hi, Tracy.
Hello. Here we are again.
Yes, here we are again. So, welcome, friends. We wanted to put this video clip together to let you know all about our new project, and that is you've probably seen the ads, Atlantis. But in case you haven't seen us before, my name is Laura Mitre,
Tracy Mahan.
and what we do is we're both QHHT hypnotist, and we do a lot of other things. I particularly do workshops about past lives and other hypnosis modalities. I also do multiple workshops about astral traveling. And Tracy,
I do channeling. I do, of course, the QHHT. We love the past life connections that we all have with these different experiences, these different places on the planet. And so with my journey, I had a past life experience that I just it just healed so much for me. And I was like, man, people need to know how to do this. And that's what got me started on that. And that brought me into connecting with other aspects of myself, which then brought me into channeling the Octurians. And now there's a very strong Lyran connection going on. There's mantis beings, there's tall whites, which I'm being told is a connection with another section of the angelics that as we keep raising our vibration, we keep making ourselves more available to higher frequency or different frequency beings of this benevolent nature. And so this is what's been going on in my life as it keeps evolving and it keeps growing, and our knowledge around Egypt, our knowledge around Atlantis, our knowledge around all these other parts of the world with these sacred sites and these beautiful things that we're all being drawn to. We're starting to understand why, between these past life connections and all the different things that we're doing. So with that, Laura and I, we really want to bring other people into this experience with us. Like we have had our own extraordinary experiences through these journeys, through these trips with the people that we're going with. Every time we set something up, the collective, the group that comes is so special and so connected. And it starts to make sense why these people are the ones on this trip. And here we are doing it again.
yep, absolutely. And that's exactly why we were inspired to create this kind of journeys, because we know that excuse me, one of the purposes of the human experience is to evolve eventually to what I was told is called the Homo sapiens, the Homo Sanctus Illuminus, meaning people like Jesus, people like Buddha, people that are completely enlightened and illuminated. And all of them have walked the paths where we've been taking people on journeys to Egypt and now Atlantis, and soon Mexico and Hawaii and England. So we're working on that
Uh,
for you guys. But for now, we want to talk about Atlantis. And as Tracy said, every journey we've done to Egypt is different and is just perfect for the people that attend those journeys. And every time we do some kind of work, Atlantis is always present. So we were called to do this journey because Atlantis is one of the foundations of many ancient civilizations. A lot of people find different areas of Atlantis. When Atlantis was in its power, it lasted thousands of years, not, it wasn't just a season. And so the part that we want to recreate in the experience is when Atlantis was at the highest energy point, meaning the human beings that were living there had all of the psychic abilities, all of their DNA strands connected, being able to communicate telepathically, being able to breathe underwater. When I talk about this, people say, well, that's crazy. That's a fantasy. Well, biologically, we're capable of doing so because how do we start our life? Before we are born,
Very true. Yeah.
Exactly. We breathe water. And so our bodies are capable, perfectly capable of separating the oxygen and the hydrogen when we're underwater. But just like everything else, we forget or we are programmed to believe that we cannot do that. We also have a lot of very famous underwater researchers that the more they do this and the more they practice, they can swim and stay underwater for long periods of time. So it's all about retraining. And so our purpose to take you to Atlantis, where the energy is still vibrant. I was just there and I was
Yeah.
sending Tracie information constantly, and it's
Making me
incredible.
very jealous.
You were with me the whole time.
I
And
was etherically there and enjoying all of that with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what we want to talk to you about today. We want to show you the facilities where we will be staying so that you take a break from your everyday life and not only pamper yourself in this amazing place, we will be swimming in the waters and we will have access to private beaches where we can practice all the awesome things that we love to practice. And you've been in some of our trips, you know. We love to do this special. And Tracie, being the amazing activator that she is for light language, for channeling, you will come out in just 3 days, actually 4 days, 3 nights, as a completely renewed person with the memories of Atlantis. If you feel a connection, we will do sessions so that you can remember what is it that connects you to Atlantis? What is it that feels that you are called to be there? If you're like me, that the word just consistently and persistently makes you and draws your attention to Atlantis, then this trip is for you.
Absolutely. I think we even talked about how so many of the people that, under Dolores Cannon's Three Waves of Volunteers, or, I think Doreen Virtue wrote about the indigo crystal, um, rainbow kids, whatever, all these volunteers, basically, the light workers, that so far, everyone that I've contacted that identifies with being a light worker, way shower, volunteer has come from Atlantis. There
Absolutely.
is a connection to it. So if you're feeling that and you want to know more about these gifts, what's exciting to me is what they keep showing me is that we keep raising our consciousness, raising our consciousness. So as we do that, we we are opening ourselves to new information. Well, what's fun for me is watching how these trips shift and the new information that we keep gathering from them. And it's evidence that this is real, this is true. We keep opening to more and more information. Well, here we are in Atlantis now, where we know we had lives with many gifts. And there's things coming up with the telepathy, with kinesiology, with just all the different things on such a different level. And I think that this trip is really going to be opening us up to remembering how we activate that within ourselves, activating the parts of our brain that remember how to do that. I've always thought it was interesting when they would do the studies on the brain and show that we only use a very small percent of our brain. It's like, well, I think these types of understanding and awakenings are opening those other parts of our brain that remember how to do that, and helping our bodies to remember how to do that, how to heal ourselves, which we've been learning over these years with hypnosis, that our bodies do know how to heal themselves and they can heal like that. It
Yes.
doesn't even have to be like, okay, in 6 months you're going to feel better. It's like, okay, you're leaving my office now feeling better.
Mhm.
And with all of these memories that we have, there's just so much more. There's so much stuff we don't even know that we can do yet. And it's very exciting for me, and I'm sure for you, that we are moving into this place where we're learning about stuff that we didn't even know existed or was possible for us to do. You're speaking about breathing underwater. and that probably took people back a little bit. Like, what? We could breathe underwater? I
Hmm.
mean, that's a game changer, right? That opens up a whole new world in our world
Absolutely.
and the possibilities of that. There's mention of civilizations that live in our waters already
Yes.
and these underground cities and stuff and we're connected to this stuff and we're learning more about it. It's not in our consciousness yet. It's not in our awareness yet. But when it is, then we get to think about the 5D earth that we're shooting for, this frequency that we are aiming for. We're going to be connected to all of these other civilizations, these timelines, these frequencies. There's things on our planet we can't see because our physical bodies are set at a frequency that doesn't resonate with it, so we can't see it. Our eyes can't comprehend it. It could be standing right in front of us and we won't see it because we don't have the comprehension of it. But as we keep moving through enlightenment, we will have that comprehension and we will start seeing things. We've already been seeing colors that we haven't seen before.
Yes.
We're having experiences. I don't know about you guys, but I keep seeing animals, species of animals that people will post on social media before AI got really big.
Yeah.
And they would be like, "Oh, I just love this new little one." Da, da, da." And I'm like, I have never seen that before, ever in my life. I'm on a different timeline that holds the species,
Yeah.
and we're changing constantly when we can become aware of it.
Right.
And it's so important to remember that we are creating the reality from what we're thinking about, from what we are moving towards and what we put our belief systems into. We get to create this outcome. Think about it like a computer programmer sitting down about ready to write a program, you know, they put into that, what energy they put into that, what imagination they put into that, they create. And we're
Right.
doing the same thing right here.
Yeah.
So we're excited about this. Very excited
Absolutely.
about this.
Yeah.
All right. I
No,
don't know if you're ready to start sharing that itinerary or not, or if you got
yeah,
to
I'm
say.
ready to start sharing the itinerary. I just want to add one more thing because sometimes if you're new to this type of publications, it takes a little while to comprehend everything that you just said, Tracy. And made me think of a very simple example that I love to use. I call it the blue Mustang, right? Once if like you bought yourself a blue Mustang or someone you know bought it, and all of a sudden you see it everywhere. And it's
Mhm.
electric blue, a color that is not popular, but all of a sudden you become aware of it, your perception enhances, and then you see it everywhere.
Yes.
Very similar concept.
I love it. Yeah.
All right, so let me share my screen. Okay, so this is our website. The section for Atlantis is you go under mitre.com.mx/travel/Atlantis, and we're going to put the link also down below this video. So here we explained to you a little bit about what the trip is about. 4-day immersion in the crystal waters of Bahamas. The first day, it's going to be our arrival day, and we're going to have a welcome dinner, like it's usually our tradition to get to know each other, to spend some time together, and if time allows it, we can have time for more activities. On day two, we're going to swim with dolphins. That's going to be day one, right after breakfast. Oh, let me say first that meals are included. Breakfast and dinners are included. So you'll have 4 breakfast, 4 dinners. We don't include lunch because usually we're busy in between doing different activities. And because breakfast and dinner are buffet, previous experience tells us that a lot of times we don't even have time for lunch or it's not necessary. Dinner starts at 5 p.m. And so that being said, throughout the resort, there are multiple sites or areas where you can buy a snack if you need to eat something else. But the day we swim with dolphins, lunch is included because we're gonna have 3 hours and then a break and then another 4 hours. So they will provide lunch for us. And this is at the location. And I want to show you. And The reason we swim with dolphins, as you know, dolphins and whales are the carriers of the memories of our galactic family. Um, it's going to be full. Let me just show you a little bit of the place. This is exactly how it looks like. So, what I loved about this particular place is that the animals, all the fauna that they have, are rescued. Rescued from hurricanes or aquariums where they weren't being well taken care of, etc. And a lot of the resources that the resort collects goes to the Foundation, which is the one in charge of rescuing these animals. I love the way they were treated. They were very well cared for, and I really felt like this was something that our groups were gonna really love. A lot of times we just go swim with dolphins, but dolphins don't want to cooperate or we can't really hug them. As you can see here, they are very friendly. They love to mingle with people. And I believe that only happens when they know that humans are safe. So I love that. And I want us to have that experience. Then on the third day, we're gonna snorkel in the ruins. So the resort, let me show you. Let me give you a brief tour of the resort. Now, by the way, these videos are on our website, so feel free to, when you visit, check them out, and you can see the complete video. The medium section, and then it has a very luxury adults only area as well. We will be staying at the original tower, which is the one that has, which is the Royal right here. And the beaches, as you can see over here, the Royal beaches, and then part of the cove. This is where we will most likely be doing our thing. And they're, as you can see, very private and beautiful, and the water is amazing. I mean, I went in for a quick swim, and when I came out, my friends told me, "You've been in there for 2.5 hours," and it felt like 15 minutes for me.
Mm.
Um, then we have the swimming with ruins. I mean, snorkeling in the ruins. You go down from the lobby of the hotel, and this is called the dig. So you go through this area that takes you, it's a path that takes you all the way down to the beach. But through it, as you walk through it, you'll see the aquarium, you'll see the history of Atlantis, you'll see some of the ruins, and this is where we will be snorkeling. Now, these are not original Atlantis ruins, we believe. That's what they told me, exactly like that. We believe, but some of them, I was told, they were found as they were building the resort. They wouldn't say which ones, they just recreated what they thought that specific piece of stone represented. I did a lot of research about the owner because I was mesmerized about what inspired this person that made this resort to be so accurate in a lot of the things that they think. And I found out that his name is Sol. He's from South Africa. He already passed away, but he has a very interesting story, which leads me to believe he was probably one of us in a different time and place. And so he wanted to create this experience for those of us. Let me see, I want to pause right here. See this apparatus right here? I don't know if can you see my cursor?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
this one right here is a flying machine. This one I've only seen in a cartoon, and someone described it to me in some of the sessions. So these were generated by water. The energy in the water was the one that powered this machine. So I found this really, really interesting that they have this. They also have a powerhouse, which I'll show you in a bit. These are the suits, the underwater suits where people will go dive in and get some stuff under the water. And they are made of leather and metal. So they were completely recreated to how they believe it was. And so this is where we will be swimming when we're snorkeling. This is one of the caves that you can explore. And let me just, I'll just advance a little bit and more of the resort. This is one of the beaches. This is the Coral Resort, which is also part of the Atlantis property. On this day, we will also be swimming on the lazy river. I found this experience to be really helpful because once we're activated with the dolphins, right? We're going to be recalibrating all of our DNA, exchanging memories and codes with the dolphins and the water creatures. We snorkel in the ruins. So we will be reconnecting with whatever past life we have there with the ruins. And then we're going to let go of everything that no longer help us to come back renewed and refreshed. And we're going to do that in the lazy river. So there are some slides that are also pretty cool. This is part of the lazy river. It's fast forward, but it's not that fast when you're actually in the experience. Now, I gotta say, the first time that I did it, I was a little bit apprehensive because I sometimes the water comes rushing in, and I was like, oh my God, when am I gonna flip? But then the second time, it's just so relaxing. Then the third time, that's when I got it. Okay, this is perfect to let go of all the worries and all the problems that we don't need. And with that, we close with a nice dinner to say goodbye. And then the next day, we can go home. Now, there are more tours available and more activities. If you want to extend your stay, we can definitely help you to get a discounted rate at the hotel, and you can explore more activities. Now, I want to point something out. Usually, when we go somewhere, we like to visit the downtown of the place. In this case, you will be landing at Nassau International Airport in the Bahamas. People would say, I want to get to know the city and the area. I will tell you from my experience, to include it in this trip, it'll cost you more money. And in my opinion, it doesn't give you a lot more. The city is super small. Now, I'm not discouraging you to visit it, but the city is very small. There's not a lot to see. And prices for food and shopping is probably the same or a little bit more expensive than at the hotel. So I was really impressed by the hotel prices and their souvenirs, clothing, whatever they have, and their quality is so much better. So that's why we decided not to include a trip to the downtown Bahamas. But if it's something that you want to get to know, because if it's your first time in the Bahamas, then plan to come in a day before or stay a day or two later if that's what you want to explore. Because everyone's experience is it's different, of course, but we originally, you might have seen the save the date post. We originally were going to do it 6 days, but then after checking out the facilities, the islands that we wanted to take you to, it wasn't really worth it to pay the extra price. But if you want to do it, we can certainly accommodate that for you. Yep.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking us on our itinerary tour. Um, I think I learn something every time because we've talked about it a few times and then I'll listen again and it's like, oh, that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah. And just watching the video with the dolphins, and how excited and happy they look in the waters and knowing that you had the experience when you were there and confirm that they do seem like they're treated very well.
yeah. That's what impressed me. Like they come to you right away. Like they love people. You can tell they love people. And I mean, with my experience with animals, I mean, it doesn't take a scientist to know that if an animal doesn't want to approach you, it's because, they don't trust you.
Yeah.
But this look very happy. And again, they have turtles, they have mutton rays, they have sharks. Oh, I forgot to tell you. In the experience when you swim, you've probably seen the pyramid in the resort. So you dive down. There are two slides. One is short, you come down, come out in the pool. And then the other one, it takes you through a tunnel and it slows you down on purpose, right where the shark tank is. So I'm usually very adventurous, but I have to confess, I had a little bit of anxiety because the water stopped moving me and I was stuck there and there were sharks swimming around me. Now you're completely covered. So this is a transparent tunnel, right? So there's no way that they can break through. I mean, it's never happened and I don't think it's gonna happen, but obviously, my human mind couldn't stop thinking, and so I was trying to move
Scoot
fast.
yourself on your tube. Yeah.
So that was
No,
actually,
Laura, you were telling me this, and I was sitting there going, "Oh, that sounds so cool." Not that I would ever want to swim with sharks, and I know people that have swam with the
yeah,
sharks, but to know that I'm in a container where I'm safe and I can just sit there and enjoy them,
yeah,
I think they're very magical looking beings,
yes,
very intimidating for sure.
they are.
Um, you're telling me that, and I'm like, what? I would have been like, whoa, look at that. At least I think I would.
Yeah,
But yeah, so to me, I'm excited about that, going through that and
yeah,
being going through the shark window and
yeah.
seeing them from that angle. It'll be fun.
I didn't think I was gonna be, honestly, because I'm like you, was like, wow, swimming with sharks. But I think I wasn't expecting the slowdown, and I wasn't sure what was going on. So that's
Yeah,
why
see,
I'm
you're giving
shook.
us the heads up. We'll be expecting it. Where
Right.
if
So
we weren't, we'd be like, oh no,
yeah.
what just happened? Where's the water?
Yeah, yeah. So the water will come. I'm here talking to you. So the water will
Just
come. Just be patient. Because it's the water that keeps pushing you.
yeah.
It pushes you and then slow down and then pushes you. So those are the two amazing slides. And there are activities available to swim with sharks as well. To
That
scuba
I'm
dive
not
with them.
in.
Yeah. Um,
That
yeah.
So
And
also you guys remember that these journeys, and we're going to be doing regressions into your lifetimes. We're going to be anything you guys really want to do that we have the skill set. We've got astro travel, channeling, light language. The past life regression is on the docket, but there's going to be time frames where we can gather and do our spiritual connection stuff. I love I love taking people to certain spots and go, what do you feel here? What do you feel
yeah,
here? And reconnecting with this and how powerful that's going to be so um located so close to a major part of Atlantis, the original Atlantis, and just be tapped into that.
yeah,
And so I'm very excited about that. I haven't been in the Bahamas before, so this is going to be a new experience for me. And I always love the new experience, like the first time we went to Egypt and I got to feel all of that for the first time. And
yeah,
what does that feel like? And what does this feel like? And just stand here and what's the land want to tell you? What's the water saying? And tapping into those things. These are the things that I personally, as the activator, as I was called, as an activator, I enjoy um, activating these other senses within ourselves to bring forward more information. Like, we're not just talking about your connection to Atlantis from the times you had lifetimes there. You came back, you're here again. And why? What is your connection to being here right now? What is your connection to awakening the water, awakening the air, awakening the land? Healing of the grids and all of the different things that we've all been working on together collectively to bring healing to the other experiences of the earth. And this is all the stuff we're going to be playing in. We become a big family, is what we do.
yes,
We just become a really beautiful, big, you know, connected family. And as if some of you guys that are listening have gone on the trips and that we all just start to remember each other. And I think that's like the icing on the cake. It's so cool to reconnect with everyone, remember how we knew each other before, and do these types of things. So very
yeah,
powerful.
absolutely, very, very powerful. With that, I also want to say, again, there are activities that we originally wanted to include, and one of those was Cat Island. Um, I was amazed to see, again, so many similarities. Um, some of you may know this or not, but I had different hypnosis sessions where I regressed to a life where I was a cat woman in Atlantis. And the story of what happened to the cat people. that then, migrated to Egypt. I was so shocked when I was there and I found out there's an actual cat island. The island is named Cat Island. So I went to visit it, and the energy is very, very powerful. Again, but not everybody connects or feels identified. So I just wanted to put it out there in case you want to do more of exploration. We can definitely accommodate that, but as an optional tour and as optional days. But for now, we just have this 4 day, 3 nights. And if you want more experiences, we can definitely accommodate that upon
Yeah.
request.
Yeah. All right. So the link for the itinerary that we were just showing you, that's going to be in the description box on YouTube. Um, and I'm there's probably going to be a little thing right below us here with the link on there if you need to type it out.
Yep,
But come check it out, get a feel for it. We would absolutely love to have you join us on this family reunion, and excited to be doing this with everybody. So
exactly. So it's gonna be as we call it now, the recognition of the souls. It's not like you meet new people. Every single trip that we've done
yeah,
anywhere, it's always a recognition of the souls because it's an instant knowing. And also know that we create a very comfortable space for you guys. And I think this is what makes this experience so wonderful because you can be yourself without being criticized, without being feeling that you have to hold back for everything that you feel. If you see angels, we believe you.
yeah.
If if you speak different languages that don't probably have a name on earth, we believe you because we've seen so much, right, Tracy?
Oh yeah. And when the turtles and the dolphins start talking to you and the sharks say something, we get it.
Exactly.
We were talking to birds in Egypt. Do you remember that? Where we
That's
were,
right.
and the dove was chatting with us, and
Yeah.
yeah, so we get that we're everything that is here with us on Earth, it's part of us. It's an expression of us. So
Yep.
yeah, so we understand.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching. And don't forget to go check out that website and get registered to join us in
Yep,
Atlanta.
that's right. See you
All right. Bye-bye,
soon.
everyone.
Bye bye.